know that multiple colleagues on this side of the aisle have faced death threats. In fact, somebody tried to kill one of my colleagues, and frankly, I don't know if this FBI or under your leadership, if those people would have been caught. I don't have any confidence in you. And if we start talking about the reasons that I lack confidence, we could start with you not just wanting to acknowledge some simple facts. Simple facts like the vast majority of the threats are coming from right-wing extremism. And I know my colleagues have tried to stress this, but I decided that I would maybe do it in a different way. Number one, I have a couple of UCs. Kim Buck, one of multiple Republicans receiving death threats for voting against Jim Jordan as House Speaker.
Without objection.
Another one, Republican lawmaker says she received death threats after voting against Jim Jordan in Speaker's race.
Without objection.
Do you realize that she got into those positions, though, because of affirmative action and DEI? Like,
and the fact that women can vote.
I'm lost real quick. Who is she in power? Where? Who put her in that power?
She's a representative from the state of Texas.
Okay. And there's how many other states?
It's Texas.
But she's not he said she's in a leadership of Black women. This is what they look at. And
Well,
this is not. She's not.
Well, I'm saying, well, to clarify, like she's in a position
at all.
She's in a
She's in a position of outside of Kamala Harris.
She's in a respectable position.
She's in less than one. Yeah,
she's a congresswoman. She's a congresswoman. I mean, that's a position of power. That's a position of status. She's a congresswoman.
She got elected in Texas. That's not easy to do.
Yeah.
A Black woman got elected in Texas. Like, are we not political? Just in case you guys don't know, Texas is a great state. I'm from there, so no Texas planner will be tolerated. However, Texas is not a place for Black people to excel politically.
It's very red. I'm aware.
To get to any space to get elected to, especially when they're on the left. So to be as far left as she is, and to still get elected, but you should tell who elected her and like who was voting for her in those elections. And they all
I'm not taking away her credentials, Willie. What I'm saying is, to his point, was she's the representation of Black women.
She in politics,
in the public eye. In a public eye, she's a public figure.
No, she's not.
I think he's trying to say, like, lot of times with Black women, that is our face. That's our representation. That's who's put in the forefront. That's who goes viral. Look at the girls who fighting every day on the Fight Club or whatever show they have. You know, look at Niecy, whatever that light skin. I don't watch the show, so they made a song about her. Got a chin like Nancy, whatever her name. So like that is our representation now. It seems like the more ratchet you are, the more you're loud, the more they want you to be in the forefront of who we are as Black women and who we are in our partnerships. It's ridiculous at this point. And we are the ones who fund it because we're the ones who kind of put her in office probably. Like, I mean, I'm sure the white people didn't vote her in the office. We probably showed up in numbers and got her in the office to represent us.
And again, that's what happens when we vote primarily on, I just want a Black woman in this space, instead of, does this Black woman even have the moral and the actual intelligence and the competency to actually be effective in those spaces? And I would argue when we get and we organize simply off of color and gender, we don't really change anything. We actually keep perpetuating stereotypes because that's exactly what we are organizing on. Just simple Black female boxes checked. And it's insulting to the women who actually do have the competency and do need to be in those spaces. They get grouped in with everyone else.
Stacey Abrams.
That's a whole nother subject.
America don't like competent Black women, especially Black America. Because I'm gonna give you a perfect example of one. I'm gonna give you a perfect example of one that everybody hates. Candace Owens.
She's competent.
She's sharp. No matter what how you feel about her politics, she's extremely sharp, extremely well spoken, extremely intelligent, well researched. But a lot of the black community doesn't like her. If you ask a lot of the black community, who would they stand behind? Shorty, we just saw hooting and hollering, or Candace Owens? They're gonna be like, yeah, Shorty right there. I love her glasses. Her wig is popping. Like that's it. Yes, bitch. I was oh yeah, she did that. You know what I mean?
No,
Y'all
you're
know.
right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
So that's what it is.
Do you have a problem when Charlie Kirk goes into like debates with people and says the same thing? Like the reason why black people are in the condition that they're in, or I think he I'm not even gonna say that. Recently he said there's a clip going around him saying that black women, specifically Michelle Obama, this senator, and then the Reeves woman on MSC, whatever. He said that they're all affirmative action picks, and they don't have the intelligence or the capacity to actually keep up with their people. Well, he didn't say that exactly, but that was the gist of it. Is it a problem when white tea people or non-black people criticize um, women like this, in your opinion?
In my personal
Like, are you
opinion,
against? Yeah, like, do you think it's like we are amongst ourselves talking about how this is ridiculous, but is it a problem when people like Charlie Kirk like say it on like on a national platform?
personally, I don't think it's racist for white people, for non-black people to have a critique on black people any more than I think it's racist for black people to have a critique on non-black people.
Respect that. I agree. I respect that. These are the things that like anyone with two eyes could objectively see. She doesn't have the capacity. But it seems like again, even when it comes to criticism, we do the racial politics too, like identity politics. Like if you're not one of us, you can't say anything. So I appreciate you saying that too.
Right. I think because a lot of
The
times
reason
the
why it's
assumption,
so
like even with the
sticky and
Charlie Kirk thing, I think people are assuming that the reason that he thinks that would not be qualified is because she's black. And I don't think people get to
Right,
understand that the argument is that the reason that he's questioning her qualifications is because of DEI. So his argument is
right.
that DEI didn't exist, I would never have a reason to question your accomplishments because I would know that you're there because you met the standards. But because DEI exists and there are separate standards, now I have to question because the DEI exists. But I think a lot of
Right.
people, they don't want to hear that nuance. They just look at it like, okay, here's a white guy who's on the right and he's commenting
Mm-hmm.
on the black experience and he's
Mm-hmm.
saying that a black person doesn't deserve this, so this is racism. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
White
Mm-hmm.
guy saying a black
Maybe.
person doesn't deserve something. He must not
Mm-hmm.
think that black people deserve anything. He must think that white people are superior to black people, and so that's the answer. You know.
Can I
That's exactly.
comment on DEI? Because I have a question. Like, just because there's a DEI policy doesn't mean they're just going to pick the worst black person. I think they're going to pick the
Sure, I
best, the
agree.
one that's going to fit in and put on the representation that they're going to be the puppet and the slave that they need them to be.
That's
So
how she
just
got.
because DEI is incorporated doesn't mean like, oh, I'm going to pick the worst.
Well,
No, they're going to make that
Why
Negro
should race
perform.
even be part of the conversation, though? Why is race part of the conversation if you are
So
qualified?
if
If
you
you're
look at
qualified, you're qualified.
You
if you
know
Why do
look
I
why?
even have to
at
care
Because if
about your?
not, they wouldn't hire. Just like if you go into a black restaurant, you see a bunch of black waiters and stuff, and they hiring their family. It's like if they don't have that DEI, they would be all whites. It would be
Can
probably
I ask you
the
something?
janitor, that's black. It would who would
I can
be
use
in
a
Would you go to
power
Mexico?
that's
Would
I can
you
black?
make I
would
could
you
I
go to
can
a
give a
Mexican
perfect breakdown
restaurant
for
if
DA.
everyone there was white? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm gonna give a perfect breakdown for DEI.